Angela Merkel, as expected, has won a fourth term as Chancellor of Germany. The results from federal elections are in. She is the leader of the political alliance between the Christian Democrat and Christian Social Union. And one of the big stories of this election is that it's the worst result for this alliance for almost 7 decades, but they remain the largest bloc in Parliament with about 33% of the vote. The Social Democrats, the main left-wing party, also had their worst result since 1949, polling around 20.5% of the national vote. Mrs. Merkel has been Chancellor of Germany for about 12 years. Obviously, Germany being the largest economy in Europe, it has a lot of influence within the European Union. EU leaders will have been watching this election with great interest. The outcome is quite worrying for many different people, not just in Germany or even in Europe, because this far-right, anti-immigrant, populist Eurosceptic party founded in 2013, Alternative for Germany, has done very well. They've won 12.6% of the national vote, making them Germany's third largest party in the Bundestag, winning them plenty of seats in the lower house of parliament. There were lots of protests in German cities yesterday as the results became known. This is a concerning moment in German and European politics. This is a success for the far right, to be sure. The migrant crisis in Europe has clearly helped to fuel support for right-wing groups, playing on people's fears and anxieties. They do politics a bit differently in Germany than we do here in the UK. Since Merkel first took office, there have been 3 so-called grand coalition governments, 2 between Merkel's alliance and the Social Democrats, and 1 between the Merkel bloc and the FDP, which is the main liberal party in Germany, I think. The FDP only got 10.7% of the vote yesterday, which put them 4th behind the far-right Alternative for Germany. Just worth noting that this Alternative party has links to the French National Front and our UKIP here in Britain. Gives you some idea of the platform this German group stands on, assuming you know anything about UKIP or the fascists in France, although they don't call themselves fascists anymore. But they are what they are. The Social Democrats have ruled out a coalition this time. They say they're going into opposition. So what has been suggested is a coalition between Merkel's alliance and the Liberals and the Greens. And that could take months to thrash out and form. What happens in Germany affects the rest of Europe, and no doubt the Brexit negotiations will be affected by this result. Negotiators on both sides were watching the federal election results with great interest. This is important. It will have relevance to the process, but the big takeaway from this, I would say, is Chancellor Merkel has been weakened, her position has been somewhat diminished, and for the far right in Germany, Yesterday was a big success.